Raccoons cannot stop chasing me at all! Say hi, Joey only. Say hi, Joey only.
Hi, Joey only.
I'm Frank McDonald. You're listening to Comedeorological Weather Report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Joey only is a really nice guy. He fights fires in Wells, British Columbia. He runs a YouTube channel and the podcast called Comedian Plus Meteorology, and YouTube channels Joey Only Terrible Weather Dude. Joey Only's a really nice guy. I'm on Joey Only show on every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. And it's on CFUR 88.7 FM, Prince George, CKUW 95.9 FM, and CFBX 92.5 FM in Kamloops. It's on Shaw, Spotlight TV, Shaw, regular TV all across the entire country of Canada. Joey Only's a really nice guy. He fights forest fires and things like this. And I'm on a podcast on his YouTube channel every Thursday night. Best luck to you. I'm Frank Joey. You're listening to Joey Only show every Thursday night. Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi, Joey only.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather, whether or not. There it is.
It is the tornado right back there near Enchant. Wow. Way back there. Barely see it, but it's there. Right there. There it is. Tornado. Near Enchant. Right back there. Right behind the power pole. Moving its way through. Wow. We can see this tornado. And there might be another one developing ahead of it. That's a lot of scud there, but the tornado's right back there.
Raccoons cannot stop chasing me at all!
Good morning, Prince George. Good afternoon, Winnipeg. Hello, Kamloops and Victoria. And hello, Shaw, Spotlight. Hello, Canada. Hello, viewers from Interior Weather Wilderness Watchers. I'm Joey Only, your Caribou Weather Dude, and this is the Comedeorological Report. Comedy plus meteorology equals Comedeorology. It's your show about how much the weather sucks in Canada, because the weather is funny business. Comedy and meteorology do belong together more than people might assume otherwise. So, on this show, we do have Frankie McDonald out there in Sydney, Nova Scotia. We got Brandon Houck. He's the man over in Brooks, Alberta, who's all about weather. And he's a radio host, and he judges karaoke contests and meet and things like that. He's quite the famous celebrity down there in Little Brooks, Alberta, and we're lucky to have him too. So world famous Frankie McDonald. Well, also we got cover girl Imogen Cookie Bailey. She's on with us again down in Victoria, British Columbia. It's Thunderstorm. Did I say Thunderstorm? It's Thunderstorming out my window here in Wells, British Columbia. So I get a point. It's rumbling. Something going on in there in the hills. Convective forces are already present today. Quite early, actually, at 9 this morning, I was already seeing clouds popping up. So we know that thunderstorm development will be happening across British Columbia today. And I think as we get into the weekend, the risk of severe thunderstorms goes higher and higher. Certainly the humidity is going to be coming down as that warm air from the States, very warm, dry air, starts pushing north and filling into British Columbia. We definitely have fire weather coming, so be very aware of every lightning strike in your area. Watch the hills, particularly as we get into the weekend when the heat comes on and when we know that some of those thunderstorms will be extra angry. So this is your first warning from Joey, a wildfire advisory week, and I'll be making more videos and more posts and more forecasts explaining all what's going to happen. But for now, mark Friday down especially as your first really big storm. Doesn't mean something won't be bad between now and then. There could be severe thunderstorms between now and then, but Friday could very well be province-wide. Oh yes, very pretty, very convectively pretty here in Wells. And all very pretty. That's very pretty. And yeah, pretty. It's pretty. It's kind of, and look at those crepuscular rays trying to come out. That's pretty. See? And then the thunder's rumbling. Pretty cool. It's pretty. It's pretty out. It's pretty nice out. Although Brandon, he had tornadoes last year. You're hearing us on last week. You had tornadoes last week. That's last year. So we have so much to catch up on. I was on wildfire once again. So this has been a busy season for me already. I'm unfortunately unable to make episodes on the regular because I fight wildfire for a living. But when we can, we will come back and talk all about all the stories and more here on the show. Okay, so you're hearing us on C for 88.7 FM in Prince George, CKUW 95.9 FM in Winnipeg. You're hearing us on CFBX 92.5 and Shaw Spotlight. Frankie McDonald, how you doing so far, my friend?
I'm doing great so far. It was hot outside earlier. It got a little bit cooler in the city as of right now. All across Eastern, it's going to bring a lot of rain. New York City this week. It's going to bring so much heavy rain. New York City, USA, Manhattan, New York, Queens, New York, and all these places in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. They're bringing a lot of rain there right now. All across East Coast of the United States, it's going to bring so much rain. Eastern United States. It's really, really, really hot in Arizona right now. It's really hot all across Arizona, and they had a big hailstorm in Texas. It was really, really, really bad hailstorm in Texas right now. Hail was so bad there. Damaged a lot of windshields and things like this, and people's cars and things like this down the state of Texas. And there's a tropical storm, and Brett is going to miss Cuba altogether. It's going to head towards Central America. There's another storm developing. It's going to become a hurricane.
Where's the new hurricane going to be, Frankie?
It's going to be Cindy.
Right. What else is going on, bud?
And did you hear about this? A lot of fires going on in Quebec right now, too. And it's going to, a lot of thunderstorms going on in the central United States right now. Then it's going to cool down Sydney, Nova Scotia on Sunday. With lots of rain. It's going to be cool and wet next week in Sydney, Nova Scotia. In Halifax, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland, even Quebec and Ontario. It's going to bring rain for the whole week next week. I'm letting Base Guy know on tomorrow's show it's going to bring a lot of rain all next week in Montreal.
Well, that's good for the forest fires in Quebec then, isn't it, Frankie?
I'm doing great. A lot of fires going on in Siberia right now.
What else is going on over there?
In New Zealand, it's getting cold weather right now. And yesterday was the first day of winter in New Zealand. It was their shortest day of the year back on Wednesday. And I got my brand new haircut last Thursday.
Yeah, your brand new haircut looks really good, Frankie. Sorry I missed the show last week, Thursday. I was way out in the wilderness in northern British Columbia somewhere. And I was out on fire, and the fire I was on is no longer on fire. It's out. So we won, and I came home early. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Look what Joey finds when he takes a walk. And this is right near the guard. Pretty hot. And here's a bunch of flames. And as you can see, the air's starting to come out of the hose, which means water's coming. Brutal. Whatever's smoking down there, I can't handle it. So I'll get it first. When I seen that area that was burning, then it started exploding kind of, you know, in the way they do. Whoosh! Whole hillside kind of went up. And we got on it. We had the helicopter get on it. And everyone's real happy with our work. Yay. Got candlers about to go up. Just a heads up, Z. Got candlers about to go up, just a heads up. I'm trying to be in the best place where I can see everything for you. Yesterday ended with all of this whooshing up when I was over here. And we caught it. Hillside went up. We had bucket ship hitting it. It was hot in here. And the red shirts thought it was going to escape.
Then late next week is supposed to get a heat wave in interior British Columbia once again.
Yeah, it's very concerning. Things are going to dry out really fast, I think, in BC, Frankie. And they're already still very dry in the north. And there's big thunderstorms going on right now, up in the Peace, where it's pretty dry. And there's going to be a lot more thunderstorms down here in central and southern BC, Frankie. So what do you think is going to happen?
It's going to trigger more fires.
I think so, unfortunately, as things dry out and as the heat comes in. Some of that dry air coming in is going to be really, really low humidity, in the 20s, right? So that's fire weather.
And did you hear about this? It's going to bring a lot of brush fires since the El Nino's development off the coast of Ecuador. That's going to bring really bad fire season in Australia. This southern hemisphere summer coming up in December 2023.
Who has the worst weather in the world today, Frankie?
The worst weather in the world is somewhere in southeastern United States, and Texas had hail and things like this. Did a lot of damage, smashed windshields, causing tornadoes in central states.
Brandon said a concert in Colorado last night got hit with golf ball size hail.
It was really bad there.
Right. What's going on in Europe, Frankie?
Lots of thunderstorms and rain going on in Europe too. And England's going, lots of showers going on in England right now. And so much rain going on in Africa, like Nigeria again, and things like this. A lot of disturbances coming off the coast to Africa, like Nigeria again, and all these countries. It's really bad fires going on in British Columbia and all these places, as for right now.
And Frankie didn't start the fires at all.
And as somebody started false rumors about Frank Bell saying the submarines, not true. I had addressed another false statement again.
Yeah, we know you didn't start the forest fires, Frankie.
I did not start the forest fires at all.
No, he does not do that kind of thing at all. Frankie McDonald, what kind of other videos did you make this week?
A guy dancing, then being chased by moose. Sounds like moose are coming. Oh my God, the moose is starting to chase after me. More moose are after me now. There's a pack of moose are after me. There's even more moose after me now. The moose has finally got away. The guy dancing, then being chased by raccoons a day later. Raccoons won't stop chasing me. Raccoons cannot stop chasing me at all. Those raccoons, they can't stop chasing me non-stop. The raccoons finally got away. I repeat, raccoons finally got away. Monday and Tuesday, I did one comedy video on Monday and another comedy video I did on Tuesday. A guy dancing, then being chased by raccoons. A guy dancing, being chased by moose. Raccoons cannot stop chasing me at all. The moose finally got away on Monday. The raccoons finally got away on Tuesday. That's my skit I did on my YouTube channel. I did both of my videos earlier in the week.
Excellent work, Frankie. I love your videos. What's been going on up in outer space?
This is Frankie McDonald, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. The asteroid 2022 AE1 is headed towards the planet Earth on Tuesday, July 4, 2023. But the asteroid 2022 AE1 is going to bypass the Earth, but it's not going to hit the Earth. I want everyone to have your binoculars and telescopes ready to look up the asteroid up in the sky if it's a clear sky that night. Because the asteroid 2022 AE1 headed towards the Earth on Tuesday, July 4, 2023. I want everyone to look up the asteroid up in the sky with telescopes and binoculars. If it's a clear sky that night, but the asteroid 2022 AE1 is going to bypass the Earth altogether. I want everyone to look up that asteroid up in the sky. If it's a clear sky that night, the asteroid's going to bypass the Earth altogether, but it's not going to hit the Earth at all. I want every single person to look up the asteroid up in the sky. Be mighty prepared for the asteroid 2022 AE1. It's going to bypass the Earth altogether, but it's not going to hit the Earth. Best luck here. Be prepared. Be safe. There's an asteroid 2022 AE1 headed towards the Earth on July 4th. It's going to miss the Earth.
It's going to miss the Earth altogether?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. What about Betelgeuse? I hear it's going to explode.
What?
Did you hear about the star Betelgeuse is going to have a supernova?
Pretty soon. It's their red giant in another solar system.
Yeah, new studies have come out in the last week that say that
Another
maybe in the
galaxy
tens of years before Betelgeuse explodes, maybe in our lifetimes.
Their sun must be a red giant.
Yeah, apparently it's way bigger than they thought it was too. So it's ready to go. She's ready to blow, Frankie.
Some of those sun-like stars is in a dying stage, just like the red giant and other galaxies out there in other solar systems.
Absolutely. So, Frankie, what did you have for supper tonight?
I had hamburgers, barbecue hamburgers with bacon on it tonight. It was great.
Oh, I'm jealous. Anybody got questions for Frankie on our limited panel tonight? We only got Brandon and Imogen here tonight. So that means everyone's got to talk more.
Okay, here's a solid question for Frankie. Given the variations of weather systems on the planets in our solar system, which planet is most likely to be hit with a bunch of tornadoes?
Jupiter,
Why?
because there's a big red spot. And
Yeah.
Mars can get powerful sandstorms up in Mars.
True.
Yeah, the big
See,
red spot in Jupiter is like a super hurricane. You know that?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, I thought that he would have said Jupiter because it's a gas planet, and the whole planet is pretty much made of gas. So it's nothing but tornado weather. It's perfect for tornadoes. So I figured that was going to be his reason. But I like going in the direction of the giant eyeball, the angry red eye.
What about that submersible sub? What happened with those people?
It's split in half and cracked.
Yeah, people were gonna.
They're all deceased.
Yeah, 5 people, eh?
Yeah.
They're like, I got a good idea. Let's climb Mount Everest without oxygen. Oh no.
Death.
Yeah, that's what happens. You spend a lot of money sometimes for your own demise. And people think that's kind of funny. And to be honest, I do.
There are other sun-like stars in other solar systems and other galaxies.
Absolutely. And I bet you eventually people will pay money to go top dollar to go die visiting them too.
All right. Okay, Frankie, what did you do last night?
I was doing a karaoke. I sang 2 songs. We didn't start the fire in Peaches.
John Buckley from New Brunswick, Frankie, he wants to know, what is the best thing that has happened to you in your whole life?
I did a viral video, severe earthquake warning for California, September 2010 video. It was on Tosh.0 season 2, episode 13.
How come that video was so popular in the end?
A lot of people became interested.
Because you got the earthquake prediction right, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you cause the earthquake, Frankie?
I just guessed the prediction for New Zealand earthquake prediction. I did a video on Friday, October 21st, 2016. 3 weeks later, I got it right on November 13th, 2016. I was all over the news for that.
Are you causing earthquakes, Frankie? I guess that'd be easy to predict them if you were causing them.
I just guessed the prediction. I just warn people to let them know.
Okay, so Frankie does not cause earthquakes at all.
Raccoons cannot stop chasing me at all.
Okay, then. Brandon Hauk.
Funnel cloud right there. Here we go. This is just southwest of Brooks right now. Wow.
Okay, guys, let's do a long tornado siren. I'm Frank Down.
Over there in Brooks, Alberta. He's the weatherman at the country radio station. And last week you had a lot of tornadoes, man. Talk to us about the tornadoes that happened.
Yes, so we had a pretty interesting setup here last week, Wednesday, with low pressure system situated right over top of us here. We had a cool, dry, wet, damp air mass across central northern regions, so temperatures were like in teens, and it was a cold rain. And we are in the warm sector here in the south, and that was able to boost our temperature up to at least 23 degrees last week, Wednesday there. And it produced a nasty little supercell that developed in the Lethbridge area. And this thing was rotating quite hard here. It decided to produce one tornado near Iron Springs, at least 4 tornadoes in the Iron Springs area there. And then the supercell made its trek up up towards Enchant there, produced 2 more tornadoes. And then we had a water spout right over Lake Newell over here, and another tornado touchdown just on the outskirts of Brooks there. And that did some minor damage there. And lots of people got pictures and video of that beauty of a tornado that decided to develop on the south side of Brooks. And I was able to get a little glimpse of it as well as I ran out to the road there, and then I saw it, and I had to come back in here to do radio hits because I had to do emergency carts for our radio stations to get the warnings out and do weather on the radio that night for severe weather coverage. So it was I got like at least 6,000 steps back and forth from the road back here going checking out the tornadoes that touched down here. So the rotation staged the stuff, and then we had a
my God, you must be ripped by now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's how I get my workout with severe weather, to the road and back, running. Got my workout that night, that's for sure. And all tornadoes that did develop on that Wednesday rated EF0 with the minimal damage that they did. So that's kind of the good thing. Nobody got injured. Nobody got hurt. No significant damage, but quite an evening, and not the record for tornadoes. The record for tornadoes for
11
a single day was 11, and we had 10 that day. So off by 1. We needed 2 more tornadoes, but we couldn't get it done.
Well, good luck next time.
Thanks.
Hopefully you get more EF0 tornadoes.
That's right. Those
Then
are
10.
I saw 2 of the tornadoes, so that'd be my 3rd tornado of my lifetime actually last week. I did get invited out to a storm chase in a couple of weeks here, so we'll try to rank those numbers up here.
Ooh, who you going with? Spread the details.
I think dude named Ryan. I think that's his name.
You don't even know the guy's name? So we did have some severe thunderstorms here in the Cariboo yesterday, too. One crossed Highway 97 and was spitting possibly ping pongs at one point. And we had another one out by Hansville, well west of Williams Lake. A little bit of rumbling here yesterday again. Today up in the Peace, rumbling, and I think some of that's still going on, right? So, what can we expect, I think, over this next week, Brandon, for British Columbia and for beyond? I mean, things are going to dry out, and we got a lot of thunderstorms coming. I think Friday is going to be a pretty good storm day here in BC. So what are you seeing? What are you seeing for BC first?
Well, yes, for British Columbia here. So as we've taken a look at the fire risk there, and the fire risk is a little higher up to the northern sections of BC. Southern interior is still doing okay so far, but we're going to start to, I believe we're going to start cranking up the heat a little bit as we go through the weekend into early next week. And we're going to get quite active here as well. So the instability values are going to be up. We're going to be dealing with thunderstorms, multiple rounds of thunderstorms through the weekend into early next week. And then we'll start seeing things really start to dry out and heat up as we go through most of next weekend through British Columbia. Meanwhile, this a different situation for Alberta on this side of the borders. We've been dealing with quite a for areas around Edson there when we there goes a dirt bike. Okay, never mind. Anyways, so in Edson, after we recorded the last episode there, they were a day after we recorded that last episode, they were evacuated due to a fire that jumped the fire guard there and went really, really close to the town site there. So they had to evacuate for a week in Edson there because of a major fire that was burning really close to the town site there. There was multiple other fires. And then it all changed suddenly last week. So then we had the tornadoes midweek there, and then we had a significant amount of rainfall in northwestern portions of Alberta for our area through Edson up to Hendrickson Creek there. 130 to 174 millimeters of rainfall has fallen in these areas. So that has caused some significant amount of flooding. So that has definitely knocked the fire out. But now we're dealing with the flooding. So we've got major rivers flooding, people evacuated due to flooding, and not only a significant amount of rain, but we also had a significant amount of snow in Jasper National Park. Some parts of Jasper National Park getting up to 60 centimeters of snow earlier this week, which is it's still June, eh? So it can snow in Alberta in June. That's for sure.
Not much the same here in Wells. I believe they got some here in Wells, but thankfully not 60 centimeters. I would not have liked to have come home to that.
Oh, but I thought you'd love to see 60 centimeters of snow in your backyard. It's been a wild week, I have to say, for weather in Alberta. Very busy. Today has actually been, well, it's still a little stormy, but been a little quieter compared to, and it looks like into next weekend here, we will see another chance of storms. So maybe some more severe weather coming our way through the weekend and through next week. Looks like almost every day next week, we've got a chance of storms again. So maybe I might see another tornado. We'll see.
I love your weird emphasis, the strange areas of the sentence that you're putting the pressure points, just exclamation points littered throughout that statement.
Slowing things down a little bit at this time of day, you know. Earlier this morning, I was like ramping up everything. But
you take on radio guy cadence.
Oh yes.
So we got no Joe Stover this week. He says he might check in from Winnipeg next week if we have an episode. So what can we say for our Winnipeg friends about their weather this week?
Oh, Winnipeg. So while Jasper is getting pummeled with 60 centimeters of snow, the temperature in Winnipeg this week was 37 degrees. With the humidex, it felt like 43 outside. So that was my would you rather Wednesday question. Would you rather have a humidex of 43 or 60 centimeters of snow? And it was very close. Those, I think 51% wanted 61 centimeters of snow and 49% of the vote wanted 43 degree humidex. So it was that tight on the poll and the Twitter poll there this week. So, but and then they had some wild storms. Killarney, Manitoba had some damage. Wind damage looks like they're continuing to investigate that. Possible wind, maybe tornado damage there that night as the front went through, cooled things down. And they had a little rain today in Winnipeg on the 22nd of June. And looks like in the next week, we've got the system bypassing the south, Colorado low there. So it looks like we're going to avoid the rain for the weekend, keep the temperatures down just a little bit. And then into next week, we'll crank those temperatures back up again, probably close to near 30 degrees. And then we'll see potential for possible thunderstorms.
Yeah, some of those storms they had last week were pretty juiced, I saw. For sure. Mm-hmm. So, Frankie, I got you on mute because of the wind and traffic behind you. If you want to unmute yourself.
And did you hear about this? That they had a big hailstorm in Colorado. It was really, 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 really bad so far.
Oh, yes.
And did you hear about this? My dad, Frankie Downs, making a lot of music so far.
Right, yeah, I heard that. What about that storm though with the hail? What concert was it? What exactly happened?
Oh, what was the concert again? The amphitheater. There we go. Red Rocks Park Amphitheater there. So it was last night during it was kind of like they have Metro Fire. They have it's like a like Big Valley Jamboree, one of those concerts, outdoor concerts where you have multiple artists at the concert there, and then they do like a whole big event. It's at the amphitheater there. So storm moved in, but the problem was nobody evacuated out of the grounds. They thought they were fine when the storm was moving in last night. And all of a sudden it started to downpour golf ball size hail on over 1,000 people that were in the stands outside. And I'd say at least over hundreds of people were injured in the hailstorm last night in Colorado there. So it was not great. So, a lot of people sent to hospital as well. So with broken bones, bruises,
It's a woohoo party. Dunk.
Yep. It came down. People were hiding under tables, and then I think there's a tweet out today. So there's like a convenience store. There's like a not a convenience store, but concession. The workers are in the concession videotaping everybody getting hit by hail, so they were not happy about that. But
we had a very similar thing happen in Artswells here one year, where very large hail came down, and it was obvious to me for a long time that something wrong was about to go on. Yet everyone just kept walking around like it was no big deal. And then suddenly these like big rocks of hail started falling, and people were screaming and running, and they all tried to come into my place. It was something. And here's just some of the tourists that walk by.
Oh yeah.
They're like looking at my house right now, and like, what is that crazy place?
They probably think this is a museum, and coming in and saying, "Hey, is this the Museum of Wells?"
No, it's the Museum of Bad Attitudes.
Bad attitudes, eh?
Is what I'd say. Yeah.
Say hi, Joey only.
Hi, Joey.
Hi.
Hi, Joey.
I'm Frank O'Donnell. You're listening to Comedeorological Weather Report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. And Joey Only's a firefighter in Wales, British Columbia, fights fires in Wales, British Columbia. And Joey Only runs a podcast called Caribou Weather Duel. Comedian plus meteorology equals comedy plus weather equals Comedian Meteorological Weather Report every Thursday night. It's on his YouTube channel, and it's on CFUR 88.7 FM. It's on CKUW 95.9 FM and CFBX 92.5 FM. It's on Shaw Spotlight TV and Shaw TV all across the entire country of Canada. I'm on Joey Only Show every Thursday night at 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Joey Only lives in Wales, British Columbia. He used to work for Vancouver Giants of Western Hockey League. Joey Only's a really nice guy. He fights fires in Wales, British Columbia. He runs a podcast called Comedian Meteorological Weather Report on his YouTube channel every Thursday night. Caribou Weather Duel, Joey Only YouTube channel. Best of luck to you. I'm Frank O'Donnell. You're listening to Joey Only Show every Thursday nights. Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi, Joey. Only.
So there was a question for Frankie from one of the people from John Buckley. Again, he's asking questions. He wants to know, are you good at math?
I was good at elementary math a long time ago, since when I was a kid.
Are you good at math right now, Frankie?
I calculate things like this.
Imogen, can you come up with a math problem to test if Frankie's good at math?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I can actually. So, Steven Tyler has 12 pineapples. He goes to the store and buys 5 more. He also buys 6 bananas and 2 apples. On the way out, he drops 4 pineapples. How many bananas does he have?
And not too many bananas left.
That's right. He only had a handful to begin with. But Steven Tyler is a banana, so we will say the correct answer is 1.
Okay, Frankie, here's a math problem for you to solve, to test your math skills. What has 9 arms and sucks?
9 arms on socks.
The drummer of Def Leppard.
Def Leppard. It's Def Leppard. Def Leppard has 9 arms and sucks. Imogen Cookie Bailey, what's been going on in your life lately?
Not a whole lot. I got to pet an angry cat the other day, and I got another magazine came out today that I'm on the cover of. So my photo set Liquid Metropolis just finally released. So that is in Offtown magazine, and that has been about 6 weeks in the waiting. So it finally came out. So that's neat.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, and I'm going to be in a dunk tank this weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're going into the drunk tank.
Yeah, that too. To be fair, I've never been in the drunk tank. I'm not a big drinker, so there's a real low probability that I will be there. But I'm sure I'll see some of my neighbors. So, even if I'm just passing through, doing vacation photos, checking out the wildlife, I'll see some familiar faces. But this weekend, I am going to be in the dunk tank, and I'm going to be hanging out with some dogs and hanging out at a community event, big block party kind of thing. So it's going to be fun.
And aren't you going into a dunk tank too, Brandon?
Yes, that will be Canada Day next weekend. Not this weekend. Next weekend. Yes.
What's with everyone going into a dunk tank? Wait, you should see what I got video of.
And it's not a dunk tank.
I got dunk tank video.
You do?
Okay, does it involve lightning? Did you get hit by lightning in a dunk tank?
No, and I didn't actually go in it either. I mean, that's not something I would do.
We're here at 649 for the Rookie Diving Championship of 2023. Up today is Sarah and Kaylee and Selena And Arizona's not a rookie, but he's going in anyways. All right, let's get this show on the road. Are you ready to rumble?
But this is called a bladder, right? This is
Yeah.
a bladder. Okay, if you talk, though, I can put the pin on here so that you can. So here we go. And these are the rookies after 7 days. The rookies get to jump into the bladder. And here she goes. Here's rookie 1. And I got rookie 2 here. I can put the volume on.
Awesome! Did you guys see that?
Did you see that? Or I can edit the video in after. So there it goes. Here comes rookie number 2. She's on her. She's finally a firefighter.
Up to you. Can you beat
Congratulations.
That 8 out of 10, I think.
Get in there, Rook.
8.
She's like, will I hit this?
No,
I said, no, you'll hit the water. So then she goes, and then now we got another rookie coming, and she's gonna jump in the water too. And this next one's pretty good actually. Watch this. Here goes Selena. She was from my crew. Did really good job. She earned and cannonballs right in. And when she can, and then watch she just bails out. Yeah, I like that one. And then of course Benson, who because it's his first time being a crew boss, you know, he gets his initiation after 6 years. Here's Benson Munch going into the bladder, and yeah, there you go, Benny. Good job. And then why don't you go in too, Z? I say. So then Arizona, what's he gonna do? He says, okay, well, if Benson's gonna go in, then I'm a young buck. I can do that too. I can do it even better. Right into the bladder bag, into the swamp water that just happens to be in a big orange bladder. So that was a lot of fun. And then there was more of that kind of thing. You know, so yeah, here's Matt Hamilton from just jumping in. He wasn't even a rookie. He just thought, well, if the rookies are doing it, then I might as well do it too. So definitely belly flop there from Jared and Z-Man here. He's already gone in once, but he says, well, I might as well go in a second time. So he launches himself in the back of the ETV, and there he goes. So lots of fun when you put a fire out and your rookies have finally stopped being rookies. And no one who jumped in the bladder, those last 3 people were rookies, but they just went in anyways. And you know, good times. And I didn't go in because I'm an old man. I don't do that kind of stuff.
What? Well, they took it like champions. We'll see you next time. There's rookies on the line.
So that just some examples. So talk to us about your Dunkaroos. What are you getting dunked for, Imogen?
It's there's a music studio not far from where I am, and they're having an anniversary party. It's a big community party, all ages, like kids are welcome, dogs roaming around, and they're gonna have a dunk tank, bouncy castle and dunk tank. So I thought, why not? I'm gonna get in the dunk tank. It'll be kind of fun. It's been a while. So that's the only reason I'm doing it. Just
You're not raising money for anything? You're not helping children?
No. Pure entertainment. I mean, there will be kids there. It is a family friendly kind of function, just open to the community, big outdoor thing. So yeah, it's just going to be a lot of fun. I'll get a lot of, I'll be filming some video clips and roaming around and petting dogs and then getting in the duck tank. So
Brandon, you must be doing it for a cause, at least for some sort of noble reason.
Yeah, well, I was the first one they asked to do this, so then I got to make the decision on what we might be doing, and I have a feeling we might be raising some money for potentially flood or fire victims here, so for fire evacuees. So I think that's what my initial thought was, but we're still kind of working those details out, so it's kind of stay tuned for updates on that.
Frankie, why are you going to go into the dunk tank?
And did you hear about this? Dunk tank is like a tank and things like this.
Have you ever gone into a dunk tank, Frankie?
No. Raccoons cannot stop chasing me at all.
Brandon, you were so Frankie was doing karaoke and about how he didn't start the fire in Peaches. And we know that Frankie doesn't start fires at all. So talk to us about your karaoke experience lately.
Well, karaoke was a lot of fun. Actually, our winner, Crystal, there out of Bazzano, I didn't think it was actually karaoke. I thought she was legitly singing, and it was so good. So congratulations to Crystal on winning that whole $500 on rodeo weekend there here in Brooks. And then there's also a lot of great talent up there. I have to say, I was surprised. I thought there was going to be all kinds of bad talent, but no, it was really, really good up on stage. So many of the singers did really well. One singer, though, he had a little too many wobbly pops there, and the band before them had all their band equipment up there ready to go because they're going to go on after the karaoke and go up to play. And he was up there stumbling around a little bit, and he ran into the dude's guitar and broke it in half. So, yeah, it was a little bit of drama there.
Well, what do they need a guitar for at karaoke anyways?
Well, he didn't need the guitar. No, he wasn't using the guitar for karaoke. It was his band that was playing next. So they were doing like a legit band up there. So they weren't doing karaoke, but they had all their equipment up there. The guy's up there doing karaoke. He was walking around with his microphone, and he stumbled and ran into the dude's guitar and broke it. So
that's a major failure.
Yep, it was. And some of the judges that were judging with me were in that band that was playing next. So he didn't win the karaoke. That's why I didn't win.
That's this way to first place. Anger the judges. Knock them over. Break their stuff. Key their car while you're at it. That helps.
Yeah,
Frankie, do you ever upset the judges when you do karaoke?
No,
No. Is there judges when you do karaoke?
there's no judges. Just doing karaoke for fun. And I got something to say. There's bears climbing up the fence in residential areas, like bears and a couple of cubs.
Oh yeah, right on. Oh yeah, so here's lightning right now in northern British Columbia. Some of those places we just were looking at are very dry. I am concerned about fire starts in northern BC right now. That's definitely going on this next few days. Frankie, you want to see some bears?
Raccoons cannot stop chasing me at all. A raccoon is another kind of animal.
I got something funny about a chicken here that was happened today. Town of Redcliffe. Have you ever been?
Chicken.
Yeah. So, attention.
Wait a second. I'm still showing my video of a bear.
Okay.
And you want to talk about chickens?
Yeah. I'll talk about chicken. So this is the bear.
To be.
Hey, boo boo.
Not a good place to be.
Keep chasing her away from the
Keep moving on
camp.
for your own good.
Where's my picnic basket?
People, best keep away.
There
Yeah.
she goes. She's
It was a guy dressed up as a bear. That means he could be going to mental hospital if that guy dressed up as a bear.
That was not a guy dressed up as a bear, Frankie. That was a real bear.
It was a guy dressed up as a bear. What does that mean?
It was not a guy dressed as a bear. Trust me on that one. That's a real bear walking down the road. We see a lot of bears out here, Frankie. When you go on your world tour forever and ever and you come to Wells, you will see lots of bears. And when you go up north and you'll see bears every day here. In fact, on my drive home from Wells after coming back from the fire, I saw 7 bears on the highway.
What about another kind of giraffes in Africa?
Yeah. We don't have giraffes in Wells, but they do have them and if you're on your world tour forever and ever, Frankie,
They're going to Finnuins on stage, like different Finnuins, every country in the world.
how will you have time to do our show if you're in every country in the world?
Doing performance and things like this.
You know, like, will that mean the end of the Comedeorological report because you're on tour forever?
Going to different countries and things like this.
Is that what you're saying?
I might join. I could join and things like this.
Okay, he could join from other countries.
Oh yeah.
That's good. Certainly when I'm away on the next fires, it'll be hard for me to make shows. So, you know, if you're on world tour forever and ever, it might be hard for you to make shows too. We understand that. but we do want all the success for Frankie. So we got 20 minutes left still.
All right, I'll talk about the lost chicken here.
Okay,
Red
talk about
Cliff,
the lost
Alberta.
chicken, please, Brandon. How?
So there's a
curious
lost
about the
and found
chicken.
notice
Can you tell
here.
us the story about the lost chicken? Actually, I was just wondering. Hey, you got a story about the lost chicken?
Yeah.
So hey, what do you guys think? Should you tell the story about the lost chicken?
Absolutely. Because
Okay.
it's out of Red Cliff, Alberta. You know where Red Cliff, Alberta is?
It's that place with the lost chicken story.
That's right. And it's just on the outskirts of Medicine Hat, which is also a really cool city. They've got a lot of cool snakes there. If you're into snakes, like Medicine Hat, if you're looking for good snake. Now, the chicken here. So this is the town of Red Cliff here. So attention, they put this notice out this afternoon here. So I don't think the chicken has been claimed yet. So if you are missing your chicken, make sure you go check out the town of Red Cliff and make that claim there. So attention, lost chicken has been found. A chicken has been found this afternoon by our bylaw officer. If you have lost a chicken, please contact your bylaw officer during regular business hours and to identify and claim your chicken. So that's the lost and found for the chicken from Red Cliff.
All right, so just someone lost a chicken.
That's right. We don't know why it crossed the road, but it sure did.
Well, obviously, it was escaping. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
Freedom was on the other side of the road.
It was. And then they found the bylaw officer.
Thought he got away.
Thought he
Then
got
just
away.
wound
Not
up back
this
home.
time.
Nope. Adventure time.
Adventure time for the chicken.
Do that again.
Oh, you want me to do that again? Okay.
My God, does anyone have a better story than that?
Just like that. That's how we do
Brandon,
it.
did you just scream like a chicken?
Yes, I did.
That is fantastic.
That is how I do it. I talk and I talk chicken some days. I sure do.
Fantastic. You've got a solid grasp of their language.
Oh,
The
yes.
Their chicken dialects.
Here goes more random tourists out by my house. Oh, there they go.
They're looking for chickens.
No, these ones didn't even stare at my house in horror. They just kind of stare at the ground. Like,
And there's
don't
another
look
cool
at
story. A guy is using cow manure for art. So painting pictures with cow manure. How's that sound?
Oh, well,
A lot cleaner than what a lot of artists do, that's for sure.
I think-
As far as
I think before we discuss
manure
this, we should at least
goes.
wait till Hilding's here to defend himself.
It's his paintings, hey? Yes. He'd be very interested in those kind of paintings.
I bet.
manure. Hanging it right on his wall, right to show it right on the show here. Right in his kitchen there. That'd be a good place to put it, I'd say.
Apparently, a wild scene out of an action movie happened, but it was recorded by a police camera in Georgia. So a motorist came from behind and drove onto a ramp. So a tow truck had lowered its ramp, and somehow a car came flying at it and launched her sedan 120 feet in the air before crashing back down the roadway.
Okay.
A 21-year-old woman from Tallahassee, Florida, was driving the sedan. The Florida woman was taken to hospital. So
Wow.
yeah, she literally jumped a long ways.
Long ways. Well, I got another cool story on university in Louisiana broke a record for Jello shots. They served the students 21,435 Jello shots.
I feel like if it was at the university and they condoned and supported it, it was probably just Jello. Not a lot of
Probably.
universities are big on student drinking, so good chance that just to make the record, it's called a Jello shot by technicality of being a shot glass filled with Jello.
Yes, probably
Just a hunch.
regular Jello.
Yeah, just a hunch.
Apparently, the Venice Canal is bright green right now, and no one knows why. At least that was on May 29th. So very strange. On May 21st, an Indiana man and his two of his kids or something like that were killed. Let's see. An Indiana man dead because a grenade discovered and his grandfather's belongings detonated. So if you're just keeping grenades hanging around the house, apparently once in a while they might go off. The man's two children, a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old, were wounded by shrapnel and transported to hospital. So some families have unexpectedly found explosive devices in the belongings of their parents from World War I and II, Korean War, Gulf War, things like that. So, don't bring explosives home. It might kill your children.
Okay. And then I guess the Japanese designers are creating a huge floating city to save humanity. That's what they're going to do. Oh, yes.
Waterworld, eh?
Yeah. Floating city.
Back in May 16th, a Joseph Dituri, he's a 55-year-old professor from the University of South Florida, broke the world record for longest time living underwater. He plans to stay an extra 3 weeks. So he's been 30 feet below a lagoon in Key Largo, Florida for 77 days as of that day. So that's already like a month ago or so. So he's breaking the record for being underwater. So unfortunately for the Titanic people, they couldn't even come close to his record.
Where is this from? This is from Colorado, where a bear was caught on video dangling from a second-story window of a Colorado home before climbing inside and helping himself to some of the family snacks. It showed the animal dangling from the window. As there is a scene from the cartoon, eventually the bear was able to pull himself inside the house. The bear apparently left the house by exiting through another window on the ground level. People living in the Steamboat Springs home were not there at the time, but in the interview, the homeowner said the bear helped himself to some of the pork chops and the snacks left that they left behind. So he got into these guys' house and ate their pork chops.
Man. It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, except it's pork chops instead of porridge.
That's right.
His pork chops was just right.
It was just right.
Yeah, one was too dry. My God, we've come to that. We're talking about pork chops.
I know. I've been eating meat all week here.
Yeah, what happened to your meat contest?
Oh, yes. We had the meat eating contest. They put us in a room and they hid us all from the contestants because they were not supposed to see us apparently eating their meat, So
what the hell are you talking about?
You were an undercover meat chomper. That's what you were doing.
That's what we were doing. Yeah.
Undercover
were they
meat
like
chomper.
putting it through a hole in the wall and you're like,
the glory of meat, the glory of smoked brisket.
Oh, brisket, pork, ribs. We had it, chicken. We had it all, and beans as well. Some of the beans were not that great, but
some of the beans were not that great.
But then there's this one chicken. These guys put like extra.
It was horrible.
I don't know what they put on it. Spice on there, and they put a lot of spice on this chicken. And man, was it hot! Holy moly! I think everybody in our table went, woo, woo!
They couldn't see you through the glory hole as they just fed you this super hot chicken.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we had we sat there and we ate for 3 hours. So that was our experience. And then I got to take all the leftovers home, which was nice, which was my reward for judging everybody. I take all the food home. So that's what I've been eating for the last week.
That sounds pretty good. Pretty thunderstormy week coming up, and lots of those temperature values are pretty high, like 25s at 11 in the morning. Is that, we could be looking at be 28 in Saskatoon, 2 p.m., 29 Regina, up to, we're pushing 30 in places, right, next week. So, yeah. And that thunderstorm pattern just sort of continues. And I think we're going to see a real thunderstorm season this year, it seems like, eh?
Oh yeah, we're gonna ramp things up next week, big time.
Rampant.
Rampant. That's right.
It's going to be rampant next week, right up.
Yeah. So get ready to rumble.
Yeah, look at every day, just happening.
It is. All three prairie provinces. BC is going to be rumbling as well. Looks like we might cool off a little bit, maybe later next week, but for now, it looks like, oh yeah, we're just going to keep on thundering every day. Pretty much you'll be singing every day we're thundering.
It's going to be a busy fire season, man.
Yep.
I don't know if I'll be where I'll be at this time next week, right? So could be
here,
driving.
Might be anywhere.
I kind of needed a week off to get things in my life together, but after that, I might be rolling pretty steady, judging by what things are looking like. So, just be ready for No Show Joe.
No Show Joe.
Yeah.
That will be the name of the show. No Show Joe.
Yeah. So, we're pretty much coming to
that name.
No Show Jones is what they called George Jones, right? Because he missed shows so often. Thanks to everybody who has been contributing in the chat. Really appreciate people tuning in and being here on the live stream here on Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude. It does make a bit of a difference to just make the show just that much more happening when we make it, and of course we'll be putting it on CFR 88.7 in Prince George on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and we'll be having it on CKUW Winnipeg at noon on Monday. So thank you very much to you guys, CFBX and Kamloops 92.5. You've been playing us now Monday evenings. Thank you very much. Thank you to Shaw Spotlight, who's been playing it on the TV down there on Vancouver Island, and hopefully we'll see that expand. I know it's definitely, I'm thankful that you're put up with the fact that I'm not going to be necessarily around, but I promise to give you lots of good footage to make it worth your while, to make this show just that much more interesting for you. So everybody, thanks for putting up with it, and keep wishing us the best.
My social media, my Twitter's at Frankie MacD. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD1984. My TikTok is FrankDown1984. My Clapper is FrankDown1984. My Twitch is FrankDown1984. My Snapchat is Frankie MacDonald. My YouTube channel is Dog Folks, and my link is Frankie MacDonald. Best luck to you. I'm Frank Down. You're listening to Joey Only Show for me and Cross Meteorology. Weather report every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, then 11 p.m. Atlantic.
Excellent. Thank you very much for coming on once again, Frankie. We've made like 110 episodes together, and of course we've done many other podcasts all over. So I don't know how many podcasts we've done together already, but all you guys will see me on Base Guy Show tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Atlantic, 3 p.m. Eastern. Certainly, there was a girl who was from Nova Scotia, one of the fire crews on the last fire I was on, and she was like, she was quite surprised to hear that I had a show with Frankie MacDonald. So, everybody loves Frankie everywhere I go. So, more and more, I'll try to get the firefighters more and more to record. Hi, Frankie MacDonald, the way that you do for me with your Hi, Joey. This Wednesday coming up, you will see me on Kins and Clump podcast on Wednesday on June 28th as well. And make sure you say hi to those guys for me. I'll be busy next week, Wednesday. But I love that show. Imogen.in. Thanks for coming on once again. Brandon Helk over there in Brooks, Alberta. Thanks for being with us as always. And that's the show. Joey Only right here, Caribou Weather Dude on YouTube. This is your show about how much the weather sucks in Canada. The Comedeorological Report. And maybe next week we'll have a show. You never know. Okay. Bye for now. Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi, Joey Only.
I'm Frankie Down. You're listening to Comedeorological Weather Report every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Joey Only's a nice guy. He's fighting fires in Wells, British Columbia as of right now. Joey Only's a really nice guy. He runs a podcast called Comedian Plus Meteorology. Equals Comedeorological Weather Report every Thursday nights on his YouTube channel. It's on CFUR 88.7 FM in Prince George, CKUW 95.9 95.9 FM in C, FBX 92.5 FM in Kamloops, British Columbia. It's on Shaw Spotlight TV. It's on Shaw regular television all across the entire country of Canada. Joey Only's a nice guy. He's a great guy. He fights fires in Wales, British Columbia. Joey Only's a really nice guy. He fights fires in British Columbia. I'm on his podcast every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. I will see you soon on Joey Only's show. Best luck to you. I'm Frankie Doubt. You're listening to Comedian Roger for the Weather Report every Thursday nights on YouTube. Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi, Joey.